This is Tuesday the 19th of March 2013. I was at Corpio Hospital yesterday. I'll post a few pictures that I took to my Facebook account. It's just gone 1 o'clock here now. Just had a shower. And I was looking for my small computer, which I took with me yesterday to the hospital. It's quite small. And I can't find it. It's all in a bag, so I'm a little bit stressed out because of that. I'm wondering if it was left in the hospital or whether it's in, well, I don't know. But anyway, I'll try and tell you what happened yesterday. It was all a bit of a rush. Our appointment was for 9:45 in the morning, but we were asked to be there 15 minutes before. And we got up at 7 o'clock. We left here at about 8. And I spent about 20 minutes in the toilet. That always takes a while, but I suppose it was better that I went before the journey rather than have to stop halfway. And we drove to Corpio. I had a lot of pain in my hip. Sometimes I have cortisone injections for my hip because it's so painful, but sometimes it's okay. Sometimes walking is fine, but I can't seem to sit or travel much in the car. But it varies depending on the weather. But anyway, get to the point. We arrived at the hospital 9:30ish. Went to the 4th floor and found we were in the wrong department. The woman there was on the phone, which irritated me because I was a bit nervous because I always like to be on time for the doctors. I don't like to keep them waiting. I like to be punctual. But eventually she stopped her phone call and we were told we were in the wrong place. We had to go down 2 floors to the 2nd floor. We went there to the 2nd floor and went to the desk, and we had to wait. The doctor came and talked to me and told me about the procedure. Very nice man, happy smiling face. We were in the department which is for nuclear medicine. I've been there once before when I had a nuclear capsule which I swallowed, which they then diagnosed that my liver couldn't process a fat. It didn't. There was something wrong with the bile. And the specialist then, it was the first time 3 years ago that I'd been diagnosed. He put me on a medication called Questrine, which really helped, and it still does. It can cause constipation, but if you get the balance right and diet right, it's okay. But I've come to the point. So the first room I had to go to was a smallish room where they took my blood pressure and put lots of these things on my body for the ECG. She also put a intravenous tube into my arm here, and she explained what was going to happen. I think she gave me a saline injection through that intravenous thing, just to make she's very nice. And then she said I had to cycle. The total cycling time was 4 minutes, and the pressure wasn't going to be increased. I just had to cycle between 60 and 70 kilometers an hour on a bicycle. And after 1.5 minutes, she'd take my blood pressure every now and again. I was all connected to all these computers and God knows what. This was called a stress test. They injected this after 1.5 minutes of cycling. They put this injection into my arm, this fluid, some nuclear radioactive material. They warned me that I might be, I asked about side effects, and they said, well, I don't quite remember what they explained to me exactly, but I'll tell you what happened. As this injection went into my, I was cycling, felt okay, alert, but when this injection went into my arm, I had a terrible urge. My head I closed my eyes, and my cycling slowed and slowed and slowed. This happened very quickly, and they said, cycle, open your eyes, cycle, you must cycle, open your eyes, keep your eyes open, keep your eyes open. So somehow I forced my eyes to stay open and continue cycling. But this whole feeling lasted only about 20 seconds, and then it stabilised, and I was okay, and I continued the rest of the cycling time up to the 4 minutes. Okay. After that, I had to go back to the waiting area and wait, I think, another half an hour or so, or 45 minutes, I don't remember exactly, all very confused. They gave us a couple of beds in the bay with curtains so we could lay down. Lisa fell asleep, and I felt pretty tired. I had my computer, I was listening to BBC Radio 2. That's why I'm worried, because I can't find that computer now, it's just disappeared. I've searched the house, but I don't know where it is. So the next stage was going into this room with this big machine called a SPECT, S-P-E-C-T. It's like a big gamma camera and scanner, and I had to lay on this bed with my arms like this, straight, flat on the back, like this. And I have a problem with this shoulder. I haven't been able to lift this shoulder up much for the last few years. That's why Marcus does the hedge. I had to stop playing tennis because I can't use this arm to do the smash or anything. But anyway, I had to be like this, and I was in that machine, and it's pretty queer. You'll see the machine, and you can, if you want to, you can Google it and see what the machine is. It's SPECT, S-P-E-C-T. I was in there half an hour, and it seemed like hours and hours and hours, and I tried to use my mental powers to stay calm and focused, and because I knew I had to keep really, really still. I knew it was important that I kept still, just normal breathing. I kept really still. But I gradually got a terrible pain in the shoulder here, and I was in agony, and I didn't know whether they could hear or whether I could talk. Afterwards, they said they were watching me all the time, but anyway, I didn't know that. I just knew I had to somehow stick it out and bear it to the end. And cut a long story short, I managed to keep going. And then they told me that there was a second. The bed came out of the machine, and then they said I have to go back in the machine again. And then it was in Finnish. It said I have to stop breathing and not inhale, and stop breathing at that time until I hear the message you can start breathing. Both these messages were in Finnish, which I didn't really understand, but I knew that the first message said stop breathing and don't inhale, and I knew that after a little while the second message would say you can breathe. So that happened okay, and I think you only had to hold your breath for about 10 seconds or so. So that was quite stressful, the whole situation. And of course they explained everything that was going on to me, and they were very, very good, very kind, very efficient. Everything went on to a timetable, no delays. So then I had to go back to the waiting room again and wait about an hour and a half, I believe. And then I went to another department where there was a technician who gave me another saline injection. I still had this thing in my arm. And then he gave me a radio isotope, which I didn't have any reactions to, but it's radiation in my body so that this gamma machine can see what's going on with it can check all kinds of things in. But my main diagnosis was for my heart. And the specialist who I first saw said, if the first stress test seems okay, we won't necessarily have to continue with the second part of it. But he did say, if it's perfect, where I'm 74 this year, and it's very difficult to say you're going to be absolutely perfect, so I'm not really that concerned, but he said, if you find anything that's not quite normal, we will have to do the second part of the test, which is what they did. So we didn't finish there until almost 4 o'clock. And everything went okay. And next Tuesday, I have to go to an appointment to see the specialist at 12 o'clock, which is not too bad. And I go to get the results of the test, and then to see what happens from then on. Anyway, that's about all I can say for now. I'm a bit tired. I hope this is recording okay. I feel okay, but I feel stressed because I can't find my small computer. Anyway, bye for now. Love to all. Bye.